The other question that was actually asked by quite a number of people is what opportunities are there in Norway? And I believe this is in terms of jobs, or how, like, opportunities for moving to Norway. Of course, if you get married by a Norwegian, you can move to Norway. But let me tell you, moving to Norway is hard. Like, it's not the easiest country. This is not even me trying to complicate it. Norway is one of the hardest countries to penetrate to. It was easier with the education. Coming here as a student is the easiest, but coming as a spouse, the family reunion visa, or that is not the easiest. Like, they are so strict. But opportunities are mostly, if you come as a student, you can be able to work part-time up to 20 hours a week. And when I was coming, and for the people who have come before me, it was easy because tuition was free. But then in the coming year 2023, they've actually passed introducing school fees for international students, because they want to save on the cost that the government uses to support the universities, so that they can then offer free education for international students. And they want to use that money elsewhere, because the economy is, they want to use it to sort of balance the economy and stuff like that, because because of the situation basically everywhere in the world right now, from the effects of the COVID-19 and the Ukraine and Russia war. So they want to use that money that they were using on schools for something else, So it's actually quite unfortunate, and I feel so blessed to be among the last lot to come here when education was free. But yeah, now they have introduced tuition fee. But I mean, you can still apply, but then you would have to weigh options when you compare to other countries like Canada, which then you compare the fee prices. Is it cheaper coming here to study here? Is it cheaper going to UK or Canada and stuff like that? But if you're a student here, then there are opportunities to work part-time up to 20 hours a week. And when it's like summer break, you can work full-time. So yeah, that's actually quite a good opportunity. But in case you're looking for a job, in terms of looking for a job here as a foreigner, I honestly don't have experience in that, but I did some research, and also from what I know, the kind of jobs that are marketable here are basically anything to do with IT, if you have studied IT and stuff like that. Also, because Norway deals a lot with energy, oil, it makes engineering, they have like opportunities for engineering of all kinds, actually, civil engineering, mechanical, basically all types of engineering. You will have opportunities in Norway. Also saw that for teachers, if you have at least working experience of 2 years, there are opportunities, because there are a lot of foreign workers in Norway, and those foreign workers, most of them necessarily don't speak Norwegian, and they have kids and families here, and their kids need to go to school, and in those schools they teach in English. So as a teacher, an English speaking teacher, then there are opportunities for teaching. And I saw that most contracts would be 2 years, 3 years, 1 year. So that's something that you can check out, and I'll of course leave some websites you can use to check for available jobs. Yeah, as I was saying, Norway deals a lot with oil, gas, and the energy industry. So if you are an engineer, if you've studied engineering, then it's possible to get work opportunities here. And of course, if at least you can speak English professionally, you can, yeah, so it's better, because if you don't know Norwegian, then at least you need to learn English in order to work here. You need to know English in order to work here. Also, for people who've studied anything to do with technology, IT, the opportunities in like software engineering, hardware development, basically tech, there are good opportunities in Norway for tech. Like even for students who did their masters here and have done stuff like IT, most of them actually do get jobs in Norway, English speaking jobs, that is. Also, of course, the healthcare in general will always be in demand, mostly any part of the world, and also in Norway. Nursing, it's possible to get nursing jobs, but also Norwegians are quite strict. Like for countries like UK, it's possible to just be a nurse in Kenya and move to the UK and start working. I think if you are a nurse from Kenya and come here, there probably some courses you'd need to do or some vetting process. I really don't know. I've not done much research on it, but what I'm saying is they're a bit more strict. But I know for sure that if you have good work experience and you're like skilled in something, then it's easier to get opportunities here. So nursing jobs, health and social jobs, especially being a social worker in Norway, is quite a good job and a good opportunity. So for if you have started something to do with like, or basically if you have experience being a social worker, that's also a good opportunity here in Norway. Jobs that offer visa sponsorship, you can check out www.nav.no. You can check fin.no, www.norge.no, careerjet.no, learnforgood.no. Those are some sites that will show you the opportunities available for even people who are outside Norway and that sponsor visas. Also the hotel industry in Norway, that is also quite a good place to look for work. Yeah, there are opportunities in the hotel industry. And what I love about Norway, they have a really low unemployment rate. When I checked, it was actually 2.9%, meaning most people here already have jobs, which then means that if you come here, chances are you'll get a job because there's not so much unemployment, which is, yeah, that's a good thing. Another question I was asked was the minimum wages in Norway. So a thing I love here is the fact that salaries are like sort of controlled. Someone cannot just plainly take advantage of you and pay you less than what they need to pay you. Of course, there is the option of negotiating your salary and stuff like that, and there are even like people who can help you negotiate your salary. How amazing is that? So basically, there's a minimum salary, there's a minimum wage rather, and it's sector dependent, so I can't just give you a figure that this is the minimum wage, because it depends. If you're in the hotel industry, it's different than when you're in the maybe doing cleaning, or when you're doing like nursing. It's different depending on the sector. But for skilled workers, it's like someone who has a master's degree, good work experience, like a professional job. It's the minimum wage is around 200 to 230 Norwegian krones, that is really good money, meaning a month someone can make from 50,000 Norwegian krones, which when you convert, that's actually from 500,000 Kenya shillings. So if you're having a skilled job, then you will make good money. For the unskilled jobs, for example, the hotel industry, maybe working in as a waitress, basically such things. In the hotel industry, the minimum wage was 175 NOK. Yeah, but actually I feel like 175 is not much, but it's good as well. And I mean, a person who would be paid 175 is maybe someone who doesn't have experience at all. It's like, and a good thing is there's a there's a way here they add your salary each year. Like there's that they can add your salary, so it's not like when they start paying you 175 then that's it forever. No, you can grow your salary as well, so that's really good. For cleaners, the minimum wage was actually quite good. 187, around 187 Norwegian crowns. That's like 21.8 US dollars per hour, and this is per hour, guys, so quite good. Yeah, so basically there's not a very much gap here in terms of how much people are paid, which for me is totally amazing, because when I compare it to Kenya, it's honestly quite amazing that there's not much of a gap. And it also helps in like overall in the country there's not a big gap between the rich and the poor. I hope the government sort of manages to keep it that way, because I think it's really amazing. Honestly, they really pay good salaries here in Norway. So if you manage to get an opportunity here, then that is amazing. You'll be paid well. As I said, living expenses, it's also quite expensive, especially housing. Oh my goodness, housing is the culprit. It will take all your money. Oh my god. Like in school, if you're a student, the cheapest accommodation, especially like from my school, it's 4,000. Yeah, 4,000, and I think it's a bit more than that. 4,000 Norwegian crowns. When you convert that to Kenya shillings, that's almost 50,000 a month, and that's like a small room, and you share the living room, you share the bathroom and toilet. If you want one that has a bathroom and toilet inside, you'll pay around 5,000 NOK, which can even be more than 60,000 Kenya shillings. So housing is quite expensive. It's not a cheap country to live in, but it's definitely an amazing country to live in. So guys, I want to finish doing my makeup and get ready to leave the house for Sweden, in case you have more questions. Another time I was asked to share about dating Norwegian men and Scandinavian men in general. I honestly don't have much experience in that. I mean, I've gone for a couple of dates with both a person from Norway and person from Sweden, actually. So that makes it Scandinavian, but I think they are amazing. They are very kind. Norwegians in general are very kind. They like believe in being a good person, you know. So somewhat in terms of also racism, it's not like someone is gonna come and tell you you're black or no. They actually treat people with equality, which is amazing. Yeah, I really love that. I really love that about Norway. But basically, Norwegians are really nice people. Like, they are kind. They're not the type who will, you know, treat you badly because you're black. It's possible sometimes, like even when you're looking for a job, they will definitely, if it's you and another Norwegian, sometimes they'll choose the Norwegian even though you are maybe more qualified, because again, an excuse I've had is they say that it's easier for the Norwegian to like be assimilated into that work environment, in that job, compared to maybe especially an African, to a foreigner. So most probably they would go for the Norwegian, but they are not like racist. I can't say they are racist, especially not directly. They won't treat you bad. I mean, even in my school, I'm the only black girl in my class, and I honestly forget, most times I forget that I'm the only black person in that class. So honestly, there's no that feeling of inequality and racism. People are really kind and nice. Even how they talk to you, even like when you just approach someone, they're really kind, which is amazing. It's really amazing. Oh, another thing, I almost forgot this one, that I don't like about Norway. They have this system where if in school a teacher realizes that a child is not happy, the way these people protect their kids, they will take your child away, and I'm not even kidding. They will investigate. They will find out if the child is growing in a healthy environment. If they discover, if, like, you can't shout at your baby, you can't treat them badly, you cannot by any means, you can never even think of beating your child. That is, you will be done if you do that. But even just like if the child says you shout at them, or they are not happy at home, and they start investigating you, first of all, high chances are you won't win, they will win. And this is from people who have told me, who have experienced it. High chances are, like, if you're not smart, and if you actually were, the child, yeah, reports you, then you are done. They will take your child. That is so bad. Like, why would they do that? I understand they want to protect the child, but oh my god, can you imagine your child being taken away from you? That is crazy. I feel like they give so much freedom to their children. Like, you can be walking and there's a group of teenagers, and maybe it's also at night, even just during the day. They are so free. Like, they have their phones. They have really young girls, maybe even 13, full face of makeup, like full glam. Hey, that for me was at 13. Oh my god, where was I? Here the kids have so much freedom. Like, if you're a teenager, you can go out with your friends, you have a phone. Basically, they're like small adults. So that for me is, it's a lot of freedom. I mean, if the child, it's easy for them to fall into like bad influence. I mean, you don't know who they are with. Probably you do, but you understand what I mean? Like, if your child is like having that much freedom, and maybe you've not raised them up with the proper morals, and basically, you really need to be intentional about raising your kids in Norway, because there is a lot of freedom given to the children here. Oh my goodness. Children, even from a young age, have phones. They can access the internet. And for me, that is a bit scary. Like, if I were to raise a child here, oh my god, I would be so intentional in like instilling good values and like godliness from a young age, because it's not like in school they are taught also about God and stuff like that. It's more and more I have realized here, and also from the conversations I've had in people. Norway was traditionally like a Christian country, but right now it's not honestly. And if you're gonna raise a child here and you want your child to have such values, then as a parent you need to be so intentional in instilling them from a young age, because then when they become teenagers and they have all that freedom, they can make any choices they feel like making. So then they would only have to depend on the values their parents instilled in them. In this country you need God. You need God, because it's not much. Like, even like in church, you can just notice it's not a lot of them there. So yeah, you just have to be intentional about your salvation and your personal journey with Christ. Yeah, but I'm so happy about finding a good church here and a good church family. I honestly really love my church here, and I consider it a gift from God. I don't have any more questions, but if there's something you'd like to know, you can definitely leave me a comment in the comment section below. Also, let me know if you guys like the makeup content, if you'd like more makeup and skincare tutorials, Because if you didn't know, yes, I am. In Kenya, I was doing makeup professionally. So I actually really love doing makeup. And actually, when I started this channel, it was about makeup. And then somehow it changed. But let me know if you guys would like some makeup tutorials once in a while. I definitely can do that. I've done quite an amount of blush. I love blush, but I'm gonna blend it out with normal face powder. So I'm just doing the final touch-ups of this look, but I love how it's coming up. I was to do a red lipstick, but at this point, I'm not so sure. I feel like I always fall back to the most safe nudes anytime I want to do lipstick. Because I really had planned to do a red lipstick. Or should I just do it? I feel like I'll be too much. But what the heck? Why not? Let's do it. I actually love that it's not screaming red. It's good enough for the day. So guys, that's the final look. I hope that you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram at Shykoh Mwangi, like the video, share it with a friend, and until the next one, kwaheri.